kicked out for being a weakling, or simply rejected for their obvious weakness that may never be turned around. Well, looks like that is the type of anime we will be going through today. Lots of underestimated main characters, proving just how strong they are, which is pretty damn exciting. Sit back and relax because this is about to be a wild ride of awesome anime recommendations.
No! Stop! I surrender!
Hold on. Who said that? Whatever.
Whoa! Hey now! I just told you I surrender!
We begin this list with Am I Actually the Strongest? The story of a shut-in otaku who gets transported to another world by a goddess who offers him a second chance at life. She grants him overwhelming powers and awakens him as a newborn child to a family. Upon testing the child's powers, he was a mere level 2, so his parents did him dirty by kicking him out or abandoning him because he was too weak. However, he is secretly overpowered but looks weak. A new family finds him in the forest and adopt him. Now 1 year's pass by as his powers have increased day by day, and now must protect his new family from danger. This is a brand new anime, another trope of getting kicked from the hero's party, and it's as generic as you may have guessed.
おい、まだ死ぬなよ。
毎度何かが起こりそうな気が。
The unaware Atelier master, Kurt is a young boy in the hero's party that got kicked for being useless since his skills related to combat are completely trash, so he takes on jobs that are related to other stuff besides fighting. That is when he discovered his new abilities, as all his other stats reach the S rank field when he discovers his skillful abilities in cooking, building, mining, crafting magical tools. With this, he accidentally saves countless people in towns from danger. Looks like he really is a hero after all.
そういう系か。やだ。知りたくない。知りたくない。知りたくない。知りたくない。知りたくない。あら、来世。聞いた。奇跡じゃない。
Failure Frame easily falls under this list of getting kicked out, because the goddess just did not accept weaklings among the heroes she summoned. A classroom is summoned to another world to be heroes by an evil goddess, as each class member was tested for their ability and strength. However, poor Momori had useless-looking abilities and an E-rank stat, which made the goddess see him as a useless weakling. She decides to put him out of his misery by sending him to the dungeon level where no one had ever survived against high-ranked monsters. But he then discovers that his skills of status effects are so damn overpowered, no one can stand a chance against him. Now he races back to the surface and level up to get revenge on that evil goddess who did him dirty.
Would it kill you to say please?
Bastard! Die! What in the hell did you do?
Just a little trick I learned.
So what happens when you have a son who does not inherit or have the powers passed down his family for generations of fire magic? Well, you get treated like trash and even banished from the family. Kazuma has wind magic, and after a few years have passed by, he returns back home stronger than ever. But a problem has come up regarding his family, as several family members have been wiped out, as several members suspect that Kazuma is behind this mess. Now he must not only try and clear his name, but also find out who the real culprit is behind the killing.
2つの異なる概念同士が結びついた結果、急激な発展を遂げたのです。統合歴2099年。これが
This is one of my absolute favorite Demon Lord anime because it is different and exciting due to its story, characters, and also the epic cyberpunk world. Demon Lord Veltal was defeated by the great hero Graham, and the world has been saved. Many years have passed by since the Demon Lord's defeat, as technology has advanced to a major state and the hero was no longer needed. Veltol was then reincarnated by one of his followers back to the same world, but in a different era. Veltol is apparently so much weaker now because everyone can use magic without the need of incantation, putting everyone ahead of Veltol. He even tries to meet up with one of his followers, but gets destroyed and immediately thrown out. Veltol needed some way to get stronger, so he decides to do something unexpected, and that is to become a streamer. This world has powerful dragons as the mighty rulers of this world, and only two things can really kill a dragon, or they roam free to kill whoever they wish. The protagonist of the story is Ragna, who appears weak but has so much potential, but other people simply shun him away or refuse him due to people believing he is cursed, as dragons always attack him. Now he joins forces with a mysterious figure named Crimson to exterminate the dragons for good from this world and keep his friends safe from harm.
見える。大気を漂うマナに精霊のステータスや真の名前までが。
Well, 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 look at what we have here. I bet for many this seems familiar, and that is because it truly is a satisfying story of revenge. Heru acquired his powers as a healer and joined a party as a support, and thought his future life would be greatness, but it turned out the opposite. His team members abused him, tortured him, and made him suffer greatly as he had lost everything. However, he casted a powerful healing spell that had him rewind time back before the torture began, and saw this as an opportunity to get back at those who messed with him, through giving them a happy, good private time. Rokka no Yuusha could really use a sequel at this point, but it's been ages that we may never see the light of it getting one. Though trust me, this is one of the best stories of betrayal and revenge.
故に彼らはロッカの勇者と呼ばれた。
Atelier claims to be the strongest man alive. He has no power, but relies on trickery and gadgets to outsmart and outplay enemies by using tactics which makes him untouchable. He so happens to be one of the brave 6 heroes who then all meet up together, but one of them, however, is a traitor. The blame fully went on Atelier, as he was mistakenly accused, kicked out of the hero's trusty circle, and labeled as an enemy to be killed. Now, he must find the true traitor, put a stop to this, and clear his name.
When you see through the branches and leaves to the root, you'll understand the truth, and you can overcome. This is my sword technique. Blade.
Rakudai Kishi used to be a big fan favorite, but nowadays people just don't talk about it anymore, despite it being very popular back then in 2015. Ikki is an F-ranked blazer at an academy, and everyone around him sees him as a loser, and even teachers refuse to teach him, as he can't use magic like everyone else can, so he spends most of his time alone, training to get better one day. When he manages to beat the queen named Stella, things change for the better for him, as he shows his true power his own way, which makes him stand at the top, once a weakling to now the strongest blazer.
He's attacking already? I'm safe. I'm still alive. The mist is blinding me. I don't think this is an ordinary mist.
Finally, to recommend the last anime on today's video list, Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy. How would you feel about being called ugly and tossed away like trash in the middle of nowhere to rot? Well, that's pretty much what happens to poor Makoto when he gets summoned to another world by a goddess where he didn't meet her expectations of a handsome and powerful man. Now, despite Makoto looking weak, he possesses high magic power and even wears a ring to suppress his mighty aura. That may not have gone as he hoped at the very start, but as time goes on, you get to see what development is truly like for a protagonist like this. You have reached the finish line, and hey, sorry for kicking you out, but I want you back on the team. Would you accept or deny the request, I wonder? If you did enjoy, then please do drop a like to show your support and subscribe to stay notified of all my latest uploads here on YouTube. Take care everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.